Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Filipino ebook before it's gone.
Hi guys! Hi guys! Hi guys! Welcome to Filipino Toppers with me Az, and today's topic is 10 hardest words to pronounce. Okay, so just try and say these words, and I'm sure your Filipino friends will be very impressed. Try practicing these words so you can pronounce it properly.
Baba, going down.
This first one is actually a sentence, and it's just made of one syllable, which is ba. So it goes baba. It means going down. Baba means down, and bababa means going down, and the ba at the end is like our question marking particle. So baba. If you're going down and someone asks this to you, then you just reply with oo, meaning yes, or bababa. So bababa. It's like the longest conversation in Filipino using one syllable.
Bulaklak, flower.
Okay, next is bulaklak, meaning flower. For example, mabango ang bulaklak. The flower smells good.
Dumadagundong, rumbling.
Dumadagundong, meaning rumbling. Doesn't it sound like it's a rumbling noise? Like dumadagundong. It's like all the bass in that word. For example, dumadagundong na ang bagyo sa labas. The storm is already rumbling outside. Dumadagundong.
Di ka pani-paniwala, unbelievable.
Next is di ka pani-paniwala, meaning unbelievable. For example, di ka pani-paniwala ang sinapit ng pamilya niya. The plight of his family is unbelievable.
Kagilagilalas, astounding.
Next is kagilagilalas, which means astounding. Hindi na ako nakakakita ng kagilagilalas na pangyayari. I no longer see any astounding events.
Kinakailangan, important.
Next one is kinakailangan, meaning important. Kinakailangan laging maging tapat sa trabaho. We must always be honest at work.
Kumukuti-kutitap, twinkling.
Next one is kumukuti-kutitap, meaning twinkling. So I guess the hard part of this is like the vowels, because like it's mostly u, but there's like I and somewhere. Kumukuti-kutitap. I guess the only way to pronounce this is to remember all the syllables. Kumukuti-kutitap, twinkling. Ang between ay kumukuti-kutitap. The star is twinkling. How would you even sing like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star? Kumukuti-kutitap, kumukuti-kutitap. Try to say it very fast, like kumukuti-kutitap, kumukuti-kutitap, kumukuti-kutitap.
Mamasa-masa, moist.
The next is mamasa-masa, meaning moist. You have to be careful of the accents here because masa means moist, but there's another word spelled the same called masa, which means the masses. So masa and masa. So just be careful to say it as masa. Mamasa-masa. For example, mamasa-masa pa ang damo. The grass is still moist.
Misterioso, mysterious.
Next one is misterioso, meaning mysterious. I don't know, it sounds like it's easy enough to pronounce, like just mysterious becomes misterios with an O at the end. Like Spanish people can do it. Misterioso. For example, siya ay isang misteryosong babae, meaning she is a mysterious woman.
Patalastas, commercial.
Next one is patalastas, meaning commercial. This one, I actually had a problem saying this when I was a kid, and I just remember it being very hard for me, but yeah, now it's fine. For example, laging maraming patalastas ang laban ni Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao's fights always have a lot of commercials. Cause yeah, those things like involve a lot of money, so they need a lot of commercials. Okay, and that's it for today. That was 10 hardest words to pronounce. Which do you think is the hardest one to pronounce for you? Like, just comment it down below. Do you have any word that you think is hard for me to pronounce? And I will accept your challenge. Or like if you could think of any word that is hard to pronounce in Filipino, put it in the comment below. Maybe I'll try to say it for you in the next lessons. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and if you like this video, press the thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. And if you want to learn more Filipino, check out our site, filipinopod101.com. See you again next time. Thank you, salamat, and paalam.
Hi, I'm Erica, and welcome to Filipino Top Words. Today we are going to learn 10 phrases to amaze native speakers. Salamat, pero sa totoo lang, hindi ako isang native speaker. Thank you, but I'm not a native speaker actually. Salamat, pero sa totoo lang, hindi ako isang native speaker. Thank you, but I'm not a native speaker actually. If you start learning now, you'll be one of those few foreigners who can amaze Filipinos. Isang taon lang ang kinailangan ko para maging mahusay sa pagsasalita. It took me only 1 year to become fluent. Isang taon lang ang kinailangan ko para maging mahusay sa pagsasalita. It took me only 1 year to become fluent. So I don't know how easy actually Filipino is for foreign people. I don't know if in 1 year you'll be able to speak it. Probably like the basics of it, right? Because Filipino, you don't really need to learn new alphabet. And also, some of the words are in Spanish. So if you kind of know Spanish, then you would most probably understand some of the words. But for you to be able to speak 1 year, I think is fine. But for you to be able to actually understand all the nuances in the language, then 1 year is probably a bit too short. Makakapagsalita ako ng Filipino gaya ng isang Pilipino sa loob ng 3 taon. I'll speak Filipino like a native speaker in 3 years. Makakapagsalita ako ng Filipino gaya ng isang Pilipino sa loob ng 3 taon. I'll speak Filipino like a native speaker in 3 years. That's actually a good target, right? But of course, there are still so many things that you won't be, probably like inside jokes, right? Like, or especially since Filipino language is, like any other language, is continuously evolving, right? Because we have lots of slang now, right? Like slang that you get from American slang, and then also gay lingo, right? So all of those words, and then usually when you learn Filipino, you won't get to hear those slang or like street words, and most people actually use a bit of like casual, even in, they only use really formal Filipino in, say, formal situations, formal settings. So this is a good target, but good luck. 10 taon na akong nag-aaral ng Filipino. I've been learning Filipino for 10 years. 10 taon na akong nag-aaral ng Filipino. I've been learning Filipino for 10 years. That's actually very good. I mean, for me, for us, like English, we take so many years, and still there's some things that you cannot understand. So for instance, we learn English, like standard English, right? And then you talk to, say, an American or to a British person. And then there are so many words that you cannot understand. But you cannot understand them because these are like, it's like the usage of the words is different from how you learned it from the dictionary. Sometimes when you speak to them, you sound so formal. 10 years is very good. Kaya kong manood ng mga pelikulang Filipino nang walang subtitle. I can watch Filipino movies without subtitles. Kaya kong manood ng mga pelikulang Filipino nang walang subtitle. I can watch Filipino movies without subtitles. We are releasing so many indie movies recently. Those are really good movies, so please watch Filipino movies. And if you can see them without subtitles, very good. Kaya kong magkabisa ng higit kumulang mga 50 bagong salitang Filipino kada araw. I can memorize around 50 new Filipino words a day. Kaya kong magkabisa ng higit kumulang mga 50 bagong salitang Filipino kada araw. I can memorize around 50 new Filipino words a day. Oh, that's very impressive. I don't have memory. Masaya at madaling aralin ang Filipino. Filipino is fun and easy to learn. Masaya at madaling aralin ang Filipino. Filipino is fun and easy to learn. Yeah, which actually it is, right? I think it's easier compared to, say, Japanese or Chinese. Because as I've said, first, Filipino, you don't need to learn new alphabet, which immediately makes it easy, right? Because learning a new alphabet is very hard. Right? I mean, if you say, for example, walk in the streets and then you can read the signs, that's already something. Because say you go to Japan, then you see all the signs and you cannot read kanji or hiragana or katakana, right? Then you cannot, it's like as if you're lost. But at least with Filipino, then you can immediately read the signs. And then the next thing is, you learn the words. Naintindihan ko ang lahat ng sinabi mo. I completely understood everything you said. Naintindihan ko ang lahat ng sinabi mo. I completely understood everything you said. Yeah, so when someone tells you this, then they're amazed. Yeah, so that's why they're just like, oh, great. So for example, someone tells you this very long explanation about something. Then, as a Filipino, you can simply say, gets ko. Because that's very Filipino actually, which means, I got it. Marami akong alam na slang sa Filipino. I know a lot of slang words in Filipino. Marami akong alam na slang sa Filipino. I know a lot of slang words in Filipino. It depends also when you use the slang words, because not in all circumstances can you use slang words, right? Especially if you're just meeting someone for the first time, then you would want to be a bit more formal. Then becoming too formal is not natural. It can be seen as sarcastic even. Actually, I think the key to being thought of as fluent is like getting this balance of being like casual, natural, and also a bit like more formal, right? I think so. Nakakabasa na ako ng nobela sa Filipino. I can now read a novel in Filipino. Nakakabasa na ako ng nobela sa Filipino. I can now read a novel in Filipino, which is very good. If you read actual like old Filipino novels, it's very, like flowery. It's like it really evokes emotions when you read Filipino novels. It's actually hard to write in really, say, old poetic Filipino now. So that's it for today's Filipino top words. What sentence would you say to amaze us? But actually, we're easily amazed, so don't hesitate to write anything down below or comment, because you might comment negative things, right? Okay. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you want to see other videos like this, then head on to filipinopod101.com. See you in the next lesson.
Naintindihan ko lahat ng sinabi mo.
Marami akong alam. Inay, ito na po ang inyong pansit. Na binili ko sa kanto. Inay, wag mo akong iwan, ina. Hello guys, and welcome to Filipino Top Words. For today's lesson, we will be talking about 10 ways to remember words. So, knowing how to remember words will actually help us learn Filipino better and faster. So let's go to the first way. So the first way is sa pamamagitan ng pag-uulit, through repetition. Mas maaalala mo ang mga salita sa pamamagitan ng pag-uulit. You will remember the words better through repetition. Repeating stuff to yourself is actually very helpful. So even when you're reviewing for exams, that's how many people actually get to remember words. And one tip, if you're going to review or try to remember words or things that you just want to do, better study them before you go to bed. Do you know that? So the next way is manood ng TV series na may subtitle. To watch TV series with subtitles. 3 beses sa isang araw ako nanonood ng TV series na may subtitle para matuto ng Filipino. I watch TV series with subtitles 3 times a day in order to learn Filipino. For instance, because I'm learning Japanese now, so I also watch lots of dramas or anime, of course. And then you have subtitles there, and then you hear words, you begin to associate words with the English words that you see in the subtitle. So sort of like you get the idea of what these words mean. And then of course you have to check them if they are really what you think they are. And then by hearing them again and again, and then again through repetition, you will eventually learn these words much easier. The third way is magsanay sa pamamagitan ng pagsusulat. To practice by writing. Magaling si Lenny sa balarila dahil siya ay laging nagsasanay magsulat sa Filipino. Lenny is good at grammar because she always practices by writing in Filipino. I think this is very important to distinguish, it's very important to distinguish between spoken Filipino and written Filipino. So in our example sentence, Lenny, this girl, is better in grammar because she always practices by writing. Because in written Filipino is actually a lot more formal than spoken Filipino. So if you want to really learn the formal Filipino, then the best way for you to learn it is to practice it by writing. So the next is magbasa ng malakas. To read out loud. Basahin mo ng malakas ang mga salita. In English, read the words out loud. So why would it actually help? Because it's like you're saying it and then you're hearing it at the same time. Yeah, because sometimes if you're just like trying to read something and you just try to remember things, you cannot really, I mean, you can remember, but of course it's different when you start speaking it out loud. So that's why when you attend, say, language classes, there are classes just for reading, right, and for speaking. So you can also build confidence when you speak. So you know how the words are spoken. Next is, gumawa ng mga kwento. To make up stories. It doesn't mean that you should be gossiping or lying and making up stories about people, no. This means, let's hear the example sentence. Gumawa ka ng kwento tungkol sa iyong mga karanasan sa Filipino. Make up stories about your experiences in Filipino. You can pretend that you've been to the Philippines, right? And then just like write things about, what I will do in the Philippines is if I'm going there, or if I already went there, what I would have done. So you can just like invent things that, just to practice. So I remember when I was in university, I was learning Italian. And one of the things that we were always asked to write is just like little paragraphs about what you do in a day, just to practice using different words every day and just like getting used to writing things in that language. It actually helps really a lot. But I forgot my Italian already. Next is, lumikha ng ugnayan ng mga salita. To create associations between words. Lumilikha ako ng ugnayan ng mga salita para hindi ko makalimutan. I create associations of words in order not to forget them. So I think this is very useful in Filipino since in Filipino there are many words that sound similar but are actually different, they mean differently. So for instance, you want to say wet in Filipino, then you would say basa. But it also, the same 4 letters you would use to say read, which is basa. So it's just like different way of pronouncing the words. In a way, it makes it difficult, but also you can get like 2 ideas of those 4 letters together, right? So when you see B-A-S-A, you immediately associate it with either getting wet or reading a book, which is kind of like really far, but at least you immediately like get 2 words at once. And they don't really make fun of your language, so it's fine because everyone speaks like kind of casual. Unless you're writing, then of course, then you don't need to worry about pronunciation, but you have to worry about your grammar. Next is, Magkabisa sa pamamagitan ng pakikinig. To memorize by listening. Magaling ang pandinig ni Kay dahil kaya niyang kabisaduhin ang salita kahit sa pamamagitan ng pakikinig lamang. Kay has good ears because she can memorize words just by listening. So some people can actually really remember words just by listening, but it depends on the language. So for instance, in Filipino, it's actually kind of easy to remember things by hearing. But say you're learning Chinese or Japanese, right? Then just by hearing, you cannot really easily remember the meaning of the words unless you also check the meaning of how it's written. So, but in Filipino, it's kind of easier to really understand the meaning of words just by listening, and especially by understanding the context. Next is, magbasa ng simpleng mga babasahin. To read simple texts. Kapag may pagsasalin, subukan mong basahin ang mga simpleng babasahin sa Filipino kaysa sa Ingles. If there's a translation, try to read simple text in Filipino rather than in English. It's actually for more practice. So because sometimes when you have textbooks, right, there's always an English version of it and the version of the language that you're studying. So sometimes it helps if you go first, read the word in the target language, and then you read the English, because you can sort of first guess what it means and then check if you actually got the meaning. And that's actually very helpful. And I say actually a lot. Next is, makinig ng kanta na may lyrics. To listen to songs with lyrics. Maraming magagandang kantang Filipino na may lyrics na mapapakinggan sa YouTube. There are a lot of nice songs with lyrics in Filipino that you can listen to on YouTube. Why there are so many songs with lyrics in Filipino? Because Filipinos like to do karaoke. Or in Filipino, videoke. Actually, that's how we say it, videoke. Videoke. Because we like doing this karaoke a lot. So there's so many places where you can go to do karaoke, right? And then even on days that you don't want to do karaoke, people are still doing karaoke. Your neighbors are still singing. Everyone is singing. It's everyone's birthday every day. So there's always going to be someone singing around you. Next is, ulitin bago matulog. To repeat before going to sleep. Ulitin mo bago matulog ang mga salitang natutunan mo. Repeat the words you've learned before going to sleep. This is actually very, very helpful because now I'm learning how to bike. I was gifted a bike for my birthday because I was told that I need to learn a new skill. And then every evening, I actually practice it. And then one of my friends said, you should study something or practice something before going to bed. And then after you practice this, don't do anything anymore. So don't look at your phone, don't read anything. If you want this information to be retained in your mind and in your body, if it's like an activity. So actually, learning how to bike every evening helped me a lot. So now I can bike. So that's it for today's lesson, and hope you learned something new. So what are your ways of learning words? If there is anything that we didn't say but you actually use and is very helpful for you, don't forget to comment them down below and like and subscribe to our channel. And if you want to learn more Filipino, visit filipinopod101.com. Hanggang sa muli! See you in the next lesson! Hello guys, and welcome to Filipino Top Words. I'm Erica, and for today, we will learn about the 10 compliments you always want to hear. Ang guwapo mo. You're handsome. 2 possible circumstances. First, if the person is really, really handsome. Second, if you want something from that person. So, for example, you want something done for you. You go to this person and say, "Oh, ang guwapo mo. Pwede bang pakitulungan ako?" In English, "You're handsome. Can you help me with this?" Ang galing mo, or "You're good." But this is very nice to hear, right? If your boss tells you, "Oh, you're good at what you do. Keep doing it." Then you say, "Oh, thank you. Can you raise my salary?" Right? So it's not about you being kind, but it's more about you were able to do something. Like you excelled at something. So in sports, for instance,
Or as I've said, in your job, you were able to do something very nice, then this is a proper compliment. So also, if your friend helped you, and this friend actually did a very good job, for instance, then you would also say, ang galing mo, or you're good. Mahusay kang kaibigan. You are an awesome friend. I don't really say this to my friends. I mean, we have more of like a love-hate kind of relationship, so. I mean, it's good if you actually say this more to people that you are not so close to. Yeah, because once you get close to a person, then you can actually insult this person.
Yeah.
And that's more like the kind of friendship that you will get, like more of like love-hate kind of, right? But then, of course, you want to compliment because compliments actually make you feel nice. And when you feel nice, you do things much nicer. So, this is something that you can tell your friend. You are an awesome friend. Mahusay kang kaibigan. Mas maganda palalo ang iyong kalooban kaysa sa iyong panlabas na anyo. Your inside is even more beautiful than your outside. I think if I'm your friend, I won't even like this because I want my outside to be more beautiful than my inside. Because I'm vain like that. I don't care about what you think of me inside. As long as you think I'm beautiful. I think more people are going to like that one. I mean, if you tell this to someone, what would that person say? And this person would probably say, what do you think of me? I'm not beautiful on the outside. Right? It's not so nice, but you can try. Let's see how far you will go. But it's actually nice to compliment people inside. Kahanga-hanga ang iyong resume. Your resume is impressive. And this is very helpful when you are you're being interviewed. And if you hear this phrase, then that means you have a good chance of getting the job. Because that means your resume is actually very impressive for them. But sometimes, you know how HR people are, right? They just tell you, oh, your resume is very impressive, but I'm sorry, we found someone with a more impressive resume than you. So if someone tells you, oh, your resume is very impressive, then it also tells you that, okay, you're on the right track with whatever you want to be, right? So I think that's very helpful. Magaling or great job. Saya no, great job. So this is a common phrase, common compliment that you will hear. So you can use it in many different circumstances, like you accomplished something. So if you also troubleshoot something, you're able to do it, then your boss will say, oh, that's good job or great job. Better job, best job.
Greatest job.
bestest job. Bagay sa'yo ang jacket na yan. That jacket looks nice on you. After you compliment them on the inside, you also compliment them on the outside, right? But your compliment only goes to the jacket, not per person. You can change jacket into whatever things. Bagay is, it fits you, right? So when you say bagay, other than it meaning a thing, right? Bagay also means it suits you. So you can say, that dress suits you. So bagay sa'yo ang bestida na yan. Or that hat suits you for whatever reason you're wearing a hat, right? So, or those glasses suit you. So that's actually a very useful compliment to learn. Maganda ang taste mo. You have good taste. So this is a very nice compliment if someone tells you, oh, you have very good taste in, say, furniture, right?
Furniture.
Or in clothes, or on, house decor, right? That's a very nice, because that means, we use the same word actually, taste. But usually we just say, maganda ang taste mo. Or okay ang taste mo, right? Okay ang taste mo. Which all means you have good taste. Maganda ang iyong ngiti. Your smile is beautiful. I think you only say this to your prospective partners. You don't say this to your friends, right? Because if you say this to your friends, they'll be like, what is wrong with you? right? So, maganda means beautiful. So, you can replace ngiti with many other things. So, you can say, bag. Maganda ang iyong bag. Or, your bag is beautiful. Or, maganda ang iyong buhok. Or, your hair is nice. Right? Maganda ang iyong damit. Or, your clothes are nice. So, you can change ngiti to something more appropriate for the occasion. But if you're courting someone, maganda ang iyong ngiti can actually help. But then, whoever you're courting is going to be like, what? I think it would be much better if you say, maganda ang ngipin mo. You have good teeth. Ang ganda mo. You look gorgeous. Or you look beautiful. Or you look pretty, depending on the level of prettiness. Right? Ang ganda mo, which means you look gorgeous or you look beautiful. Or you can also say, ang cute mo. Right? Which means you look cute. And we say this like for small people. Ah, you're so cute. Right? I have 2 close friends who are very, very petite. And they're really, really cute. They're like my kids. They're so cute. So, if you want to say that she or he is very, very beautiful, then you can just repeat words. So, ang ganda-ganda mo. Ang galing-galing mo. Right?
So that means
And then you can change your tone to make it sarcastic. So if you think that this person is actually not really good at this job, but you want to be sarcastic and say, ang galing-galing mo. I mean, we like being sarcastic in Filipino, so you will hear that a lot. And that's it for today's lesson, and hope you learned something new. If you have heard any of these, comment them down below, and what do you think is the most useful among these things? Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, and if you want to learn more Filipino, visit filipinopod101.com. Hanggang sa muli, la la la.
Hi everyone, this is Ice and welcome to another lesson on Filipino top words. And today we'll be discussing about must-know expressions for agreeing and disagreeing. Wala na akong maidadagdag pa sa sinabi mo. I couldn't agree with you more. Our first expression is, wala na akong maidadagdag pa sa sinabi mo. Wala na akong maidadagdag pa sa sinabi mo. This means, I couldn't agree with you more. So, literally, this actually means, I can't add anything more to what you said. So, basically like, I agree with you with whatever you said. That's it. Like, yes. Well, hindi ako sigurado. Well, I'm not sure. Well, hindi ako sigurado. Well, hindi ako sigurado. This means, well, I'm not sure. Well, hindi ako sigurado. I'm not sure. Siyempre. Of course. Siyempre. Siyempre. Of course. It's like, do you want to get a bonus? Siyempre. Do you want to get 10 more days of vacation? Siyempre. Do you want to get free lunch every day? Siyempre. Do you want to see me next time again? Sa palagay ko. I guess so. Sa palagay ko. Sa palagay ko. This means, I guess so. So, yeah, I guess. This means you're not really agreeing with them. But it's somewhat like what you are thinking. Not totally, but it's more on the, okay, yeah, I see what you're going with this. I guess so. Sasabihin ko pa lang sana yan. I was just going to say that. Okay, our next expression is, sasabihin ko pa lang sana yan. Sasabihin ko pa lang sana yan. This means, I was just going to say that. Yeah, so this is on the, I agree with you with whatever you said because that's actually what I'm also thinking. So you don't even have to say anything. The person just said it for you. So good for you. You guys should be together. Oo, tama ka. Yes, you're right. Oo, tama ka. Oo, tama ka. This means, yes, you're right. This one, it's actually kind of like you're opening towards disagreement. You think that this is something you use to agree to someone. Well, it is if you don't include the word but. It's like, yes, you're right, but it usually goes like that, right? So, oo, tama ka, pero mali ka. You're wrong. Mali ka. Mali ka. You're wrong. This expression, you don't really just use it on your own. Just say, mali ka. It sounds very childish. You just say you're wrong. So you have to follow it with why you think that person is wrong, or else you'd act like some kid with a tantrum, or some very, very close-minded person. Sa tingin ko, hindi. I don't think so. Sa tingin ko, hindi. Sa tingin ko, hindi. I don't think so. Yeah, this is a much softer way to disagree. Sa tingin ko, hindi. It's it's not a fact that you're wrong, but in my opinion, you are wrong. And reasoning. Don't forget to reason, or else you won't succeed in your disagreements. Siguro. Maybe. Filipinos actually like using this one. Siguro. Siguro. This means maybe. So yeah, if you don't want to be I don't really agree with you, but I don't really want to disagree with you, you could just be in the middle and say maybe, siguro. Well, it's actually, you could also use this to open up another argument. Siguro, I'd like to do this one more than what you just said. Or siguro, this is a better idea. Maybe this is a better idea. Totoo yan. That's true. Here's another expression you could use to agree to someone, which is totoo yan. Totoo yan. It means that's true. If it's true, then you agree that what they're saying is correct, and you could say totoo yan. And that's it for today's Filipino Top Words lesson. So guys, do you agree or do you disagree? Balut is delicious. Put it down in the comment section so that we'd have a nice balut conversation. Okay guys, I hope you liked this video and learn more Filipino. I hope to see you next time again. Hanggang sa muli. Salamat.
Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Filipino ebook before it's gone.